Hello friends, today I'm gonna teach you on how to make this emoji spread move around the map. So what I want to do is first I want to go to the events and grab the block where it's called when green flag is clicked. Next thing is what we need to do is we need to go to the motion and grab the go to X and Y block. So the emoji has two costumes. So once I go to the costumes costume one, the first costume is the smiley face, and the second one is the angry face one, right? So what I want to do is I want to switch his costume to smiley face, and we're still at the looks, and we need to grab the set size from 100%, but we don't need to set his size to 100%. We can set his size to 70%, let's say. There you go. And the face has turned from angry to smiley. And next thing, what we need to do is we need to go to the control one and grab the forever block from the control and put it after the set size to 70%. So inside the forever, we need the function blocks. How? We need to go to my blocks and make a function of what's called a move block. So our move block is here. We can put it inside the forever loop and we got the define move. So what do we need to do for the define move? We need to go to again, go to control and grab the four if then blocks. So I can duplicate one, duplicate another block, and duplicate another block. So we got four conditions that we can make this bird move around. So what do we need to do when this emoji moves around? First thing first, we need to go to sensing. We need to grab the key up arrow is pressed and put it in the first bit of if then block. And second, we need to do is key down arrow and we need to put it in the second block. And so next we need to make it white table and put white arrow in the third if then block. And last one is we need to grab the key. If key left arrow is pressed, then we need to put it in the last if then block. So how can we make this emoji move around the map? So what again? We need to go to motion. We need change Y by 10 for the up arrow one, and for down arrow one, we need to grab again change Y by 10, but in place of 10, we can write change Y by minus 10 and put it inside the if key down arrow is pressed. And for the right arrow one, we need to go and grab the change X by 10 block and put it inside the right arrow is pressed. And last thing, what we need to do is we need to grab the if we need to grab the change x by 10 and change it in place of 10, we need to write minus 10 inside the left arrow key is pressed. And let's see, will it work? Yes, it works. Yes, the emoji moves across the map. Don't want to do it. We don't want this sprite to go out of the map. So what do we need to do is we need to go to my blocks and write down bound move. Bound move is if any of those sprites can go out of the map, the bound will say, oh, this sprite cannot go out of the map. It will stay here. So yes, so we got the defined bound, and what do we need to do with this bound one? We need to put this bound one inside the forever loop after the move log. So what do we need to do? We need to go and again go to controls and grab the if then block and duplicate those three blocks that we really need. And once we duplicate all those three if then blocks, that is four in total, we can put it inside after the defined bound one. And what do we need to do for this defined bound one? We need to make sure that this emoji cannot move out of the map. So we can go to the left side and check its position. Oh, his position's at 210, negative 210. What do we need to do? We need to go to the operators, and first thing we need to grab is the less than sign operator in the first bit of if then. We need to grab the if x position because it goes to the left of it. So we need to grab the x position, which is in place of 50, we should write if x position is less than negative 210, then we need to go to the motion and grab set x, set x to negative 210. And the third and second bit, what do we need to do? Is we need to go to the right and to make sure what his position should stay at. We again need to go to the operators one and grab the greater than sign block. And what do we need to do? Same thing for the upper one. Up the first block, we need to go to the motion again and grab x. If x position is greater than in place of 50, we can write the same number as for the first one. We can write 210. And once we want done 210, we need to grab the set x to positive 210 because it moves to the right. And there you go. Third bit is what do we need to do? We need to go up and let's see where it should stay at. It should stay at 155. And what do we need to do? We again need to go to the operators block and grab the greater than sign block in the third bit. And we need to go to motion and grab if y position is greater than 155, and then we need to grab the set y block. In place of negative 140, we can write set y to 155 after if y position is greater than 155, then set y to 155. And what's the last thing we need to do is we need to go down from its y-axis, again go to operator sign and grab the less than block in the last bit and grab the y if y position is less than, let's say, negative 140, right? And once we write down negative 140, then we need to grab the set y block to negative 140. And once we do it, let's see, will this work? Yes, it works. The bound move works. Even when you move across the left and the right map, and up and down map, the sprite cannot go out of the map. It will stay at its own position. All right, so the next function is what we need to do. We need to go to my blocks again and write down touch one. And once we write the touch block, we want touch function, and we need to put the touch inside the forever loop. And once we put inside the forever loop, what we need to do for define touch is we need to go to the controller and grab the if then block. We need to go to the operator one and we need to grab the all operator one to see if the sprite is touching better apricot one or if it's touching apricot two. What do we need to do? We need to go to the sensing and grab if touching better apricot, and we can put this touching better apricot in this first bit. And second we need to grab is if touching better apricot 2, then what do we need to do? We need to go to the motion and go to X and Y block to see if it touches any of one of those sprites, then this emoji will have to go back to its own position. We need to go to the looks and grab the switch costume to angry face after the go to X and Y block. And once we do after the switch costume to angry face, the next thing we need to do is we need to go to the control and wait 1 second block in place after the switch costume to angry face. And once we do it, what do we need to do again? We need to go to the looks again and grab switch costume to smiley face. And we could put this switch costume to smiley face after wait 1 second block. And let's see. Let's test it out if it works out. Oh yes, it works out. So what do we need to do in order to make this emoji go to the green line and not touch those better apricot one or two. Okay, we need to go to the my box and grab the define and write down define win, right? And once we write down the win block, we need to put again, first we need to put the win block inside the whoever loop after the touch. And let me clean the blocks. And once we have to define win, what do we need to do? We need to go to control, grab the if then block, and once we grab the if then block, we need to go to sensing and grab if touching color, touch the color and touch and get the color dropper and check where it should go to, where it should stop at. It should go stop at the green one. And once we use the color dropper to use the green, then what do we need to do? We need to go to events and get the broadcast and write the broadcast message. In place of message, we need to write broadcast win. And once we write down broadcast win, we need to put it inside the if then block. And what do we need to do to order to not touch the apricots and make this emoji go to the green line? We need to go to the control and grab stop all block in order to make this game stop. Because once you touch the green line, then you win. You beat the game, right? Once we wrote down broadcast win and we wrote down stop all, what do we need to do in order to receive the win screen? We need to go and make a new sprite. We can actually go to the paint sprite and we can just use the T. T is for typing. And what we can do for T for typing, we can just go for the different colors, like let's say bluish, I guess. And let's make it a dark blue. That because that's the color that I really want to go for. Anyways, and once I use the dark blue color, I will write you win with an exclamation mark and center it on a circle to make sure it should stay at its center. And let me make it big for the UN screen by using the diagonal line. And once I make this UN screen big, it should center at its at middle. We need to go to back to the code. And first thing we need to do is we need to go to when green flag is clicked, you want to hide. How can you go to hide? Is go to the looks and grab the hide block after when green flag is clicked, right? And once the game starts, then you win. You win is definitely disappears, right? Because the game starts. And what you want to do in order to win the game, you need to go to the green line. So once you go to the green line, you need to go to the events, grab the events, go to the events, and grab the block when it says when I received win, then it should show. And let's see, will it work this time? And can I not touch the apricot? Let's see. If this works, then then you win will show after when I touch the green line. Boom! There it is. The you win screen shows up. And that's it. Thanks for watching.